With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Performance Motorsports Truck Series fires things off for race number 7 in the 10-week regular season, getting ready to wrap things up on the regular season and go championship racing in just a few short weeks. So drivers are gonna tackle the test here at the 6/10 of a mile oval track, nestled just up US Highway 136 down the road from the Brickyard. Great racing action here under the lights tonight for these Truck Series drivers. So as qualifying already underway, before we head down trackside, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, over 25 trucks in the field here tonight. We'll see if we can't throw some of those qualifying times over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let's see if it works itself out. There you can see Bailey Dutton, one of the fast drivers all season long. Bailey with a win in his back pocket coming into tonight's race, second in the points. We'll get to that later, but for now, quick time belongs to the 26 Toyota Tundra, piloted by Bailey Dutton. 22-23 will keep the Airs High Racing paints. Pole award for the time being. Justin Gann going to slide in second. How about the qualifying effort out of that 72 machine? Jerry Cochran Gonna go third on the speed charts. 20 drivers on the charts as time begins to run out. The sands in the hourglass gonna drip for the final few seconds here. So who you got? Is your favorite in a championship? Excuse us, in a championship position just yet? We're going to get into some of those point standings, and we're going to start to shift our focus around that cutoff line starting next week at Talladega Superspeedway. We're going to take a look and zero in on those drivers locked in, those drivers still fighting for those final few spots. Jarrett Lipstrower out on the track. Nate Orlovsky also on his qualifying effort, both the 99 and the 29, trying to lay down the fast time and see if they can dethrone the man at the top, the 26 machine on Bailey Dutton. 22:23 is the quick time here in qualifying. Dutton looking to pick up yet another pole. Just about 60 seconds remaining here in qualifying. John McMillan Jr. and Daniel Krim going to begin their shots at it. Going to have to put in some fairly quick up-to-speed laps, and it's going to be a one-and-done attempt for the 15 machine of McMillan Jr. 47 of Krim going to come to the line this time around. 30 seconds to lay down a flyer. Will they get the job done? John McMillan Jr. going to jump inside of the top 15. Going after his second time lap, short time on the stopwatch here for McMillan Jr. Final 10 seconds, and it doesn't look like he's gonna do it at the end. Just squeaks it out. John McMillan Jr. Get a grab. The pole position, 22:18. Now the fast time here in qualifying, snatching that Ayers iRacing Paints pole award behind the wheel of the number 15 Chevy Silverado. John McMillan Jr. will lead him to the green flag. We're gonna step away for just a brief commercial break. Hit trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. Action will ensue. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
finishing the flyover and fixing to fire it up on the racetrack. We're going to get a little closer to the drivers as they make their way through final pre-race inspection to get ready for the 150 laps. Here from IRP, it's the IRP 150. Let's jump trackside. We're going to get there, guys, and there it is. They'll finally tune in on the proper camera, but as drivers there making their way to the starting grid, handful of drivers still left behind. Looks like Justin Gann and our pole sitter John McMillan Jr. still stuck down there in pre-race inspection. Looking over, it looks like the left front there, looking over the left front of that 30 machine of Justin Gann. Same area on John McMillan Jr.'s machine. It's a little bit awkward because one's in a Chevy, one's in a Ford, so we'll see if that has any significance throughout the rest of tonight's race. Only two Toyotas donning the field here tonight as Justin Gann moves his machine into position. John McMillan Jr. We're going to slot in, and it appears officials on the radio getting ready to send the signal to the pace car. So as the music begins in the background, you know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for the IRP 150. Starting inside row number 1, snatching the Ayers iRacing Paintball Award behind the wheel of the number 15 machine, John McMillan Jr. 26 of Bailey Dutton will start just to his outside, with Justin Gann and Jerry Cochran back in row number 2. Row number 3 here tonight, Dalton Fredericks, followed by Carter Casey. Row number 4, behind the wheel of the number 4 machine, the Indiana native looking to come home with a home track win, Mike Rominger will start inside the number 21 machine of Todd Cray. Hunter Collier and Gary Wells will round out your top 10 here tonight from Lucas Oil Raceway. Back in row number 6, Jerry Cochran Jr. and Nate Orlovsky. Row 7, Lee Campbell, Gary May, Cody Lipstruer, and Darren Clement. Back in row 8, row number 9 tonight, Harrison Mitchell and Logan Hartman, Brenton Hunt, Daniel Krim. Rounding out your top 20. Back in row number 11 tonight, behind the wheel of the number 62, is Stephen Ayers Jr. Shane Bliss just to his outside. Todd McGregor and Brian Hitz back in row number 12. Inside row number 13, the 51 of John McMillan Sr. The 99 of Jared Lipster will start just to his outside. Casey Sawwich, Larry Poling, Ben Miller, Willie Nelson finish out the field here tonight as drivers make their way through 3 and 4. We're ready to jump on the loud pedal for the first time here tonight. Fans in the stands on their feet, and we are green flag racing. Lap number 1 behind us as drivers begin to jockey forward positions. Handful of truck drivers down on the inside lane. We're going to try to back up a little bit if we can. Bring you a little bit more of the action. Let's see if we can't see some more of the field here tonight. And oh, we got a caution trouble on the track. Larry Poling, Brian Hitz going to be involved in this one. In trouble on the track, John McMillan Sr. going to have an issue. Gary Wells, Mike Rominger, all caught up in this one. Let's go back Let's see if we can't see what happened here. Let's go check the replay. And just off the corner, two separate little incidents there. Mike Rominger going to have an off-track moment. Let's see if we can't see what happened one more time here with the 9. Oh, contact on the right rear is going to send him around. That's what that was all about. Let's take one more look at the caution here out of turn 2. There it is, the 33 getting a little loose. It's going to cause some chaos with some drivers around him. Fortunately enough, nobody with significant contact, so the fenders are going to stay straight. And we're going to head back to the front of the field with your race leader, Bailey Dutton, shows the way. So an early lead change here tonight from Lucas Oil Raceway. Bailey Dutton going to pick up that top spot away from pole sitter John McMillan Jr., who falls back now to second. No change to the rest of your top 6. Todd Gray up 1 spot into 7th. Hunter Collier up 1 position as well. Dane Orlovsky, big mover here. 3 positions gained in our opening 3 laps. So under caution here tonight for the first time, trouble on lap number 3. Incident working themselves off of turn number 2. 3 drivers caught up and involved. No heavy sustained damage from any of the drivers. All of them making their way down pit road for some minor repair. There you can see the 51 of John McMillan Sr. keeping himself on the lead lap. It's going to be an uphill battle. An uphill climb for that 51 truck for the rest of the night. We'll see how it goes, though. You know, it's short track racing. We are under the lights. It's got a Saturday night feel. But a Monday night, if football ain't enough for you, we got you some action-packed adrenaline. Right here with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, powered by Ayers Eye Racing Paints, a bunt kicker, and in partnership with Swift Motorsports. If you're looking for a league, you can find one on iRacing.com's their league directly. Check out Swift Motorsports. A lot of great series involved with this particular league. We've got the Truck Series covered here on Monday nights. We're going to come back for some action tomorrow night at North Wilkesboro Speedway in the Gen 4 machines. So be ready for that one as well. Field makes their way through 3 and 4, back to the restart zone, and away we go once again. All the gas and green flag flies. Green flag conditions as race leader Bailey Dutton heads into turn number 3, and just like that, we're going to go under caution once again here. Caution on the track. Gary May, Brinson Hunt may be involved. Going to jump on the replay real quick, and there you go. Contact between the 98 and the 5. May and Hunt going to have a little bit of contact. They're going to argue over some real estate. Both are going to spend. No real damage there. I would say no harm, no foul, but they're going to lose a ton of positions on the track out of this one. They're going to have to dig their way out of a hole. Still a long way to go here tonight as we jump back at the front of the field with your race leader behind the wheel, Bailey Dutton, snatching that top spot away in the opening 3 laps. Justin Gann going to pick up a position on this restart as pole sitter McMillan Jr. falls back to 3rd. No takers to pit road this time by, so we should receive the one finger wave next time around. There you can see a wave around going by on the high side. You're going to get the one finger wave for the boss man in the flag stand as our good buddy. Oh my goodness. As our good buddy Joshua Norwood in the iRacing pace car here tonight. Norwood coming on with our little run up through the Midwest. Get a pilot the pace car as he's got Bailey Dutton messing with him down there on the inside of the racetrack. And you know what? Yeah, I mean, hats off to Bailey, having a good time there with the newcomer behind the wheel of the pace car. Again, big shout out to the boss man in the flag stand, as well as Mr. Norwood behind that iRacing pace car. Little extra debris to clean up down in 1 and 2, so we're going to go one more time around before the field receives the one to go. Early cautions here have brought us to a little bit of a stall, but what we're already thinking about is what's this do to the fuel strategy? What kind of window does this now put these truck drivers in? 2 long cautions here at IRP. How much fuel have they been able to save? How long are they going to be able to extend this initial run? And what kind of late race strategy, if we get those long green flag runs, what kind of late race strategy is it gonna produce when possible right sides and fuel only comes into play? We'll see how it all plays out right here under the lights at Lucas Oil Raceway. It's the IRP 150 and we are back. Green flag racing once again. Keeping our eyes right here near the front of the field while watching drivers in the back. Looks like single file. Everybody trying to migrate to the high side here. While down on the bottom is John McMillan Jr. He's trying to keep that 3rd position for the time being. A little bit of contact with the outside wall. The 38 of Hunter Collier. A little bit of contact outside wall, and we've got trouble once again on the track. Trouble in the back. Cody Lipsher going to be caught up and involved in this latest one. Let's go to our replay once again here. And there you can see him just losing it. Coming off of turn number 4, just going to loop the car around, and that's going to do it. That's going to bring out a caution once again here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Under caution for the 3rd time as we rejoin the front of the field with your race leader Bailey Dutton behind the wheel of that Assassin's Motorsports Toyota Tundra fast driver in happy hour. Fast in qualifying, almost had that pole position, but he's had the race lead for the majority of tonight's IRP 150. Watch out for Dutton to try to, I'd say try to dominate this one. It looks like if you can keep yourself out front in clean air, get a good restart. Right, I think you're at a little bit of a disadvantage sitting back there if you are John McMillan Jr. I think you're at a little bit of a disadvantage to those drivers that are going to restart to your outside. We'll see how it all goes. We'll see if that 15 can't get up on the wheel early on the restart as we catch back up with the back end of the iRacing pace car. Caution number 3 that ain't gonna fly. We're gonna step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And we bring you back trackside as drivers make their way through through 3 and 4. We'll see the one finger wave this time by, and drivers will go double file once again for tonight's latest restart, the IRP 150, brought to you by Performance Motorsports Truck Series in partnership with Airs High Racing Paints. What a run, what a race. We're going to get it set to fire things off once again. Before this restart, I'm going to bring you a special camera shot here. We're going to see if we can't go on board with that 26 machine of Bailey Dutton. He's going to lead the field through 3 and 4 on the high side. Can we get to that camera, guys? Do we got it? And there it is, off of the tail end. Take a look at this hungry pack of drivers lined up behind your race leader, and all the gas just like that. Green flag flies here at Lucas Oil Raceway. And just a great look out the back end of this 26 Toyota Tundra. Nice and smooth on the gas. You can hear the throttle work. Bit heavy in the gas for a minute. Almost a little spin of the tires. You could hear the tires spin up just a little bit right around that start-finish line. Just a great angle. Handful of drivers in the field tonight with our onboard camera shot. Whoa! And just like that, we're going to come to a driver avoiding some trouble. One man around as everybody splits the trouble on the track. Let's jump back outside of the car and let's see if we can't track down our latest trouble here tonight. Caution flag will fly. Let's see what happened. And the 15 and the 2 going to come together at the front of the field. And looks like the 21 of Todd Craig going to pick up a little bit of the action. Dalton Fredericks with an off-track moment involved in this one. Let's take a look from Fredericks' point of view. Behind the wheel of the 20 Fast Forward F-150. A little bit of contact on the right front. Fredericks was trying to make his way through. Todd Cray involved. Let's get the onboard look from Cray. Got on the gas, a little bit of a push from behind. A little bit of contact from behind is what got Cray at the end of this one. He'll get it slung around back in the right direction, and we'll go back out front with the race leader, Bailey Dutton, still behind the iRacing pace car. Our good buddy, it's his first night behind the wheel of the pace car. Joshua Norwood going to pick up the pace car duties. And he's going to have a busy night here over the first 25 laps. 4 cautions so far here tonight. Tough little short track. You can see a lot of scrapes and rubs, the black tire marks all over the outside wall, not just on these corner exits, but you can see it a lot on corner entry as well. But the man that's got it figured out is the man out front, Bailey Dutton, showing the way, leading 22 out of the 25 laps run so far here. Looks like a handful of drivers are going to come to pit road. Carter Casey coming to pit road. We've got we've got one out in the chat screaming, "Let's go, pace car!" And well, I mean, let's take a look at the line he's running. I mean, not going to be very abusive on the tires up there, running that mid to high lane. I would venture to say that's pretty close to one of the ideal lines on the track here at IRP. I've come to feel I'm not going to say I've come to know because I am not an expert. I'm not a professional at driving these trucks. But that inside lane, I just felt like I couldn't get off the corner quite like I wanted to carry the speed to the outside wall. It was just a little bit too tight to keep it down on the bottom through center off. The further up the track I went, the more comfortable I was until I was comfortable no more way up at the top. That's why I'm back in the booth and not behind the wheel any longer, or I'm not going to destroy any more machines. And getting ready to come to the green flag once again. A little bit of a sloppy start, and we're going to wave it off. We're going to wave it off. We're going to regroup here. A little bit of a sloppy start. Drivers spread out at the front of the field. Pace car will pick up the field. We're going to go back green flag racing this time by. Pace car back out to try to slow the field and get this thing a little more organized as we get set to fire things off. Lap number 25 will go on the board. Biggest mover of the race so far. Let's talk about this man, the 27 of Casey Sawich, back inside of the top 15. He's going to run in the 14th position for the time being. Pole sitter John McMillan Jr. falling back to 8th, and we are back green flag racing here at the IRP 150. Back on the gas, and Bailey Dutton going to clear the field. Side by side for third and fourth, Jerry Cochran the third, and Dalton Fredericks going at it for that third position. Hunter Collier tucked in line right behind him. Four pack going on behind them, the 58-0, and we've got a driver's slide, and Todd McGregor looks like he's on a backward slide. The X on 51. Gonna go for a slide in the corner. He's gonna get it headed back in the right direction, and race officials keep us green flag racing here at IRP. As we head back to the front, third lap behind us. On this restart, we'll drop the timing and scoring down there to the left-hand side of your screen. Bailey Dutton already out to over a 1 second advantage. Digging on the bottom, give props to this 72 of Jerry Cochran. He's making that inside lane work, giving it all he's got here. Battling for position with the 20 of Dalton Fredericks, two Fords tag teaming on the high side. Help from Chevy's behind, but Collier can do nothing for the Grayson Jade Photography 72. And we've got problems in the back. Looks like your pole sitter with an issue. Jerry Cochran Jr. going to bring out our latest caution on the track here tonight. Let's go back and let's see what happened to the 15. Oh, well, I apologize. That I was thinking John McMillan Jr. We apologize. Wrong Jr. here tonight. Wrong Jr., Dave. Come on, get it right, bud. So let's take a look at, there it is. The Grayson Jane Photography number 82 just going to have some issues. Coming off of turn number 4. A bit of a slide, no real damage. But the 82 get a head back behind the wall, so something broke underneath that machine. And the 82 heading right to the garage. So as we find ourselves under caution for the 5th time here tonight, what do you say we go over a little bit of your point standings? We haven't had the opportunity to get into those points just yet here tonight. But as we enter race number 7 here in the 10-week regular season, Dalton Fredericks leads them all, 10-point advantage for Fredericks over Dutton. Hunter Collier, Harry Mitchell, Justin Gann rounding out that top 5. In the top 5, it's getting close here. I mean, let's be honest. The top 3 right now, they've pretty much got themselves locked into that championship 16. They're going to have some horrible finishes over the course of the next 3 weeks, or 4 if you count tonight, to be in jeopardy. close little battle right around that top 10 position. Daniel Krim and Darren Clement only 5 points separating those drivers. But here it is, 14th, 15th, 16th. Todd Cray, just a handful of points ahead of 15th. Just a handful of points away from breaking into the top 12, into the top 10. Stephen Ayers Jr. sitting in that cutoff point, tied right now with Jarrett Lipscher. Only 1 point out is David Duran Jr. So everything here tonight, it's all on the line. Willie Nelson needing a good run. You can see he's knotted up with David Duran Jr. just 1 point out of that cutoff line. Larry Poling just 2 points back. Shane Bliss, Elsie Daly also with an outside shot. Daly has still got a dog in this fight. Brian Wasserman also with an opportunity to work his way into a championship run. Gary May, John Wimbish, they're going to need at least one, if not two, race wins to get themselves into position. But there it is, point standings coming into tonight's race. A lot on the line for drivers at the front, at the top, right? They want to secure their spot. They want to lock themselves in. And if any of your top three are able to get a race win here tonight, that's all but gonna assure their shot at a championship run, picking up a second win on the season. We'll see how they go as drivers get ready to go. Back through 3 and 4, all the gas. We await your race leader, and Bailey Dutton jumps out to a half a second advantage back down into 1. Looks like the hot spot tonight's going to be that 3rd, 4th, 5th position. Jerry Cochran Sr. as well as Dalton Fredericks, Hunter Collier. Oh, contact with the outside wall. Logan Hartman goes around. Hartman around the 29 involved. They stack up behind. More drivers involved. Hartman, Krim, Campbell hits Poling, McGregor. Brenton Hunt, Stephen Ayers Jr. also involved in this one. A lot of guys going to be caught up and involved. Let's see if we can't check the replay. You see Brian Hitt's going to catch some of the action a little bit late. The 62 of Stephen Ayers Jr. going to have some problems. Brenton Hunt with an issue. 98, bottom of the racetrack. Little bit of a wiggle. 3 wide into the corner, up the track just a little bit. Oh, and there it is, the Carnage Chaos. 67 of Shane Bliss going to get lifted off. Laundry list of drivers involved in this one. Cody Lipscher, Shane Bliss, Todd McGregor, Larry Poling, Stephen Ayers Jr., Casey Sawich, Logan Hartman, Daniel Crimp, Lee Campbell. Ben Miller going to pick up a piece of it. Larry Poling also involved in this latest incident. Caution number 6 going to fly on to lap number 38. Handful of drivers in repair mode, extensive repair on a handful of these trucks. The 40, the 71, long time on pit road. Others opting for the fix what you can, let's get us out, let's keep us on the lead lap, or minimize the loss of laps on and off pit road. Stephen Ayers Jr. back onto pit road once again. Daniel Krim leaving pit road after a stop already. Looks like the 97 of Shane Bliss, he's going to lower the hood and they begin to push that number 97 back behind pit wall. Shane, unfortunately, going to be our second victim here tonight at IRP. He's going to be the second to fall in the Coliseum. That is Lucas Oil Raceway. Just down the road, you can find another track that lends itself to some crazy heavy action. That's right, the Brickyard, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the mecca of motor racing. Not to step on any racers' toes, road course racing, it takes a special skill set. So hats off to all those road course lovers. I'm a Formula One fan, so I love road course racing as well. But how good is it to hear that we will be heading back to the true bricks next year? Across the board in NASCAR. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for the restart as we get ready to roll through 3 and 4. Away we go. Mr. Norwood's out the way, and we are on our way once again. Green flag gonna fly here at Lucas Oil Raceway in the IRP 150. Lap 44 goes on the board. Wounded Warrior down there on the bottom of the racetrack. That's the 40 of Logan Hartman. He's in survival mode, if you will. He's going to need some help from a handful of other drivers falling out. Dalton Fredericks with a power move right there. Fredericks going to go to the high side and grab the position away from Justin Gann. That's going to open the door on the bottom now. Quick Racing Jade Photography 72 truck looks to the inside, but only for a moment. Look to grab that third position away. Good run off of the corner exit, unable to do anything with it. Here comes the 58 of Harrison Mitchell. 38 of Hunter Collier right behind him. Casey Salvage up more positions here tonight. How about the run by this 27? Absolutely phenomenal job so far here tonight behind the wheel of that McConaughey setup shop number 27. Casey Salvage gonna pick up 19 positions from outside of your top 20 to inside of your top 10. The 27 looking for a little more speed. Hot and heavy action between Salwich and Limpscher for 8th and 9th. Willie Nelson. Not that Willie, but another good Willie. Willie Nelson. Gonna round out your top 10, but just for a brief moment, here comes the number 21 machine of Todd Gray. With that nitro-powered Rich DPC Chevy Silverado looking to the high side. Gray looking for his second win on the season. Finally getting to victory lane in the Cup Series. Todd Gray looking for that first win in the trucks. And he really needs a good finish here tonight to try to bring himself out of that points hole. You've got a driver into the outside wall. 32 of Darren Clement going to catch a piece of the outside wall. More trouble behind him now. Larry Bowling with an issue. Larry going to go around and have an issue. Let's take a look and see what happened when this 69. And off the racetrack, up the hill, and hard hit to the inside. Oh my. That's going to be a hard hit. Let's take one more look at it here on board with the 69 of Polding. That's a difficult one. Let's take one more overhead look at this one. See him work in the corner, trying to get that forward bind on the bottom of the racetrack. He gets it to wind up right there, and it takes off the track. Takes off up the track on him just a little bit. Contact with the driver on the outside. Get to send Poling back to the inside concrete wall, and that is going to put a pretty big damper on the rest of his day. Larry Poling gonna have to go to pit road. Handful of drivers coming down pit lane this time around to make their first pit stop of the night. Harrison Mitchell, Dalton Fredericks, Hunter Collier, Salwich, Lipstruer, Willie Nelson, Carter Casey, Nate Orlovsky, all to pit lane. A third of the way through tonight's race, working our way around the track behind the iRacing pace car. Caution number 7 all the night. Bailey Dutton has led all but 3 laps so far here tonight. Man came in sitting second in the overall point standings, just 10 points out. He's got the opportunity to take over the points lead. Dalton Fredericks now sitting, I believe Fredericks going to come out of pit road somewhere around that 15th to 18th position, depending on how he gets back out onto the track. So the opportunity to take that top spot away is there. The opportunity to lock yourself into the championship 16 with a second visit to victory lane. With 3 races remaining, Talladega, Auto Club, Kansas. Talladega, it's Dega, baby. I mean, just like the moniker, it's Bristol, baby. Well, it's Dega, baby. It is what it is. Super speedway racing, you're going to have beating and bumping. As far as the draft is concerned, drivers are going to be all over each other, trying to slow the runs. Side drafting, definitely going to be a factor next week. But if you're Dutton, if you're Justin Gann, even if you're Jerry Cochran, right there behind the wheel of that 72 Grayson Jade Photography Chevy Silverado, came into tonight's race sitting in 6th. If he can get a race win, that's going to kind of pull him well into the top 5 and all but assure his spot in the championship 16 without having to deal with a good night at Talladega. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how these drivers continue the night as we get ready to roll once again through 3 and 4. All the gas, gonna nail the loud pedal, and away we go. Green flag flies once again here from Lucas Oil Raceway. In every restart tonight, Bailey Dutton has absolutely nailed it. Out away from this field, side-by-side battle for that second and third position. How about the battle now? 4th and 5th on the racetrack. Todd Cray involved in an early incident here tonight. We've seen the 32 up against the wall at one time. How about the recovery by these 2 drivers? 4th and 5th on the track with the Rich DPC 21 machine of Todd Cray looking to the inside of Darren Clement. Close racing action. Cray gonna grab the spot into 1. Slides up the racetrack, grabs that 4th position. He's gonna set his sights now on the 72. Action back behind them, right around that top 10 position. The 25 of Willie Nelson looking to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to grab a spot away from the iRacing sponsor. 38 machine of Hunter Collier. Running in the 8th position, Salwich right behind him. Lipstruer, we've got troubles. Lipstruer and Salwich gonna come together. Well, let's see what happened here with the 27. Was on a big run through the field. Gonna look to the inside, contact with the 51, and the 15 gonna have a little bit of, well, I don't want to say he's going to have something to say about it. I mean, there was really not much he could do in that position. But getting hit with the McMillan sandwich is Casey Salwich. Well, one more look at it here. A little bit of a touch of the bumper of the 51 through turn 2. And there it is, contact from the 15. That's going to send the 51 around the 15 to the inside wall. 27 minor damage as he's going to bring the machine. I would expect he's going to bring that thing down pit road this time around, but track position seems to be pretty key here tonight. And we're hearing word now to check in with Todd Cray. There you can see that Hoonigan Rich DPC powered by Nitro Chevy Silverado. He was last on the pit road back on lap number 25. He's got 25 lap fresher tires than the drivers in front, but he's got 25 lap fresher tires behind him as well. Harrison, Mitchell, Hunter Collier, Willie Nelson, Casey Carter, Jared Lipster, Orlovsky, Fredericks, Hunt all came to pit road back around lap 51, lap 52, so much fresher tires behind Cray. So as we're amazed by the way that Todd's going to be able to work his way through these front few, he's got a freight train coming behind him. He's going to have to keep his eye in the rear view mirror. Things starting to get a little interesting here. About 13 laps away from the cross sticks, the halfway point here tonight. Handful of cautions. Couple of drivers back behind pit wall, already out of tonight's race. Jerry Cochran Jr., Todd McGregor, Shane Bliss, Mike Rominger now going to join that list and be our fourth driver out of the race tonight. That's going to leave us with just 26 still on the track out of the 30 drivers that took the green flag here tonight. Going to be down to, I believe it's just going to be 18 left on the lead lap. First half, a little bit of a wild ride, but no trouble out front for the man behind the wheel of the Assassin's Motorsports number 26 Toyota Tundra. What is it? Toyota. Go places. Is that right? I don't know. Sounds good. We're going to leave it at that. So a Toyota will bring us to the green flag. We've got a fast forward lining up just beside him with Todd Crane, Jerry Cochran back in third and fourth, representing the Chevys here tonight. Boss man in the flag stand gonna give the field the one finger wave. And Norwood will turn the pace car lights out. In back trackside, as there was troubles, drivers slowed and got back behind the iRacing pace car, not missing any of the action here from Lucas Oil Raceway here tonight. Handful of drivers with some issues. And this is what you don't need this week, right? You want to try to walk away with the best finish possible, because we've got a crazy one coming up next week at Talladega Super Speedway. It's a crapshoot. It's a roll of the dice. So you got to try to minimize the problems here tonight from Lucas Oil Raceway. As the field makes their way back into turn number 3, pace car's going to duck off and we'll fire things off once again here from Lucas Oil Raceway. You're watching the IRP 150. Back on the gas once again. A little bit of a... We're going to slow it down. We're going to go around one more time. We're going to go back around one more time. Race official saying, not just yet. Then the pace car goes right back down. And we're going to get ready to drop the hammer to this time by. See, we were just kidding, Ma. Just funning. Back out of 4 to the restart zone. We roll all the gas and green flag flies once again for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, brought to you by Ayers High Racing Paints and Bud Kicker, Mountain Mafia Kennels, and Swift Motorsports. It's been no trouble out front for the man that has shown the way the majority of tonight's race. Billy Dutton going to get out to a good jump on the field as we cross the line this last time around. We'll drop the timing scoring over there to the left-hand side of the screen. Big moment for the 38. Mr. Collier with a big moment there. Contact between himself and Jared Libstra. I believe it was contact with the 99. Got the 38 a little bit out of shape, and he's going to pay the price, and he's going to drop a handful of positions. Collier now back to 10. Handful of laps behind us, so we're going to jump around the field just a little bit. Let's check out the battle around that 10th position there. You can see the two of Carter Casey, Libstra, Dalton Fredericks involved in this battle. The 20 going to drop to the bottom of the racetrack, try to get his machine back to the front of the field. Little bit of a battle going on back behind these guys. Let's go and give these guys some TV time as well. It's not about the drivers at the front. It's about all of the racing action. Whoa, all over the track of the 40. With a big moment there, Logan Hartman had to corral the truck. 5 goes to the high side as well. 45 have been 47. I apologize. The 47 of Daniel Krim leading this, well, I don't want to call it a second pack, but second group of drivers in the field, right around that 14th, 15th, 16th position. Gary May and Gary Wells going at it. Whoa, bit of a moment. Bottom of the racetrack for the 33. Gary Wells going to have a moment off of turn number 2, the All-Star 15 TV, sponsored Ford F-150. Going to have a little bit of trouble off of the corner exit. Get the truck back working underneath him. You can see some front end damage on the right front of the 5 of Gary May. So as these guys battle again, let's go here. Dalton Fredericks with issues. Just as we were going to Fredericks, problems on the track, and Fredericks gonna go around. That's going to put us under caution once again here from Lucas Oil Raceway. Let's go check the replay. And there it is, the 45 with issues. Fredericks runs right up on him from behind. Nowhere really to go, and a handful of drivers going to get involved in this one. There's the contact. Fredericks, nowhere to go, spinning, just hoping nobody touches him. No real hard hits for the 20, so I guess that's one thing to be thankful of. With the Simbox replay, we'll see it once again. There it is, contact with the 58 from behind, and that's what finished off Fredericks. So back to the front of the field, new race leader for just the third time here tonight. Harrison Mitchell now going to take over that top spot. The 38 of Hunter Collier going to move to second. Nate Orlovsky now into third with Jerry Cochran. In fourth, Darren Clement going to pick up fifth position. Cochran and Clement yet to make their green flag stops. They haven't made a stop. Well, nobody making a green flag stop, but multiple drivers making stops already here tonight. Haven't quite seen that long green flag run that need a green flag stop just yet here tonight. But we're seeing a little bit of strategy begin to come into play. Back on lap 51, your top three drivers were on to pit road. Your next two in the running order, Jerry Cochran and Darren Clement, they have yet to come to pit road. Back on lap 60, Gary May, John McMillan Jr., then lap 81 under our latest caution, Bailey Dutton, Todd Gray, Willie Nelson, Justin Gann, Carter Casey, all going to come to pit lane. So 3-4 different tire strategies here, all inside of your top 10. It's going to be interesting to see as well for the 72 and the 32. If we do see that long way, or that long run, the long green flag run, if we do see that here in the final laps in the second stage, second half of tonight's IRP 150, what's that gonna do for them? They're gonna give up. They're gonna give up some time, but they may be the ones that surprise us all, right? Because the drivers in front of them are going to have older tires. They'll have freshies and be able to pick up a ton of time to the end of the race. Looking at things as far as the trends are, these drivers can definitely make it about 40 to 50 laps here on a fuel run. So the possibility of making it to the end might possibly be there. Pace car back in. Back to the gas. Green flag flies once again here from Lucas Oil Raceway. New race leader out front. Harrison Mitchell going to jump on the gas to lead the field through 1 and 2. No problem there. Collier and Cochran going to easily slide into those top 3 positions. Let's go back to where the action is. What do you say? Let's watch this Hornet's Nest get kicked around a little bit. Drivers 2, 3 wide. And there goes the 47. The 47 going to spin to the inside of the racetrack. Daniel Krim going to have a moment off of turn number 4. Self-spin, a little bit of damage on the back end of the R-Star 15 TV Ford F-150. So with the spin out of Krim, that's going to put us under caution for the 11th time here tonight. And that's going to put us into having a little bit of time on our hands. So what do you say we go ahead and pay a few of those sponsor bills real quick? Let's get them out of the way. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back live from Lucas Oil Raceway.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in, welcome back, trackside once again, race fans to tonight's IRP 150 live here from Lucas Oil Raceway with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. Race number 7 on the line here tonight. Will we see ourselves a 7th different race winner, or will we see a repeat for the first time this season? We're going to find out here in the course of right at about 60 laps. Just a little less than 60 miles of racing action remaining here tonight from Lucas Oil Raceway. So as the field makes their way down the backstretch, let's get a little closer to the action. Jerry Cochran, the third, becomes our 4th different race leader of the night. Nate Orlovsky looking to take the top spot for the first time. He's going to line up to the inside on the restart. Out of 4, we roll all the gas and green flag flies once again here from Lucas Oil Raceway. Top 3, 4 single file through the field. Let's transition back here, side by side racing action. Nate Orlovsky falling through the field, much older tires on the 29 machine. As Justin Gann get a look to his outside and trouble in the back. Dalton Fredericks, Carter Casey gonna come together, put us under caution for the 12th time here tonight. Let's go back. Let's check the Simbox replay. 2-3 wide drivers. Just looks like they're readjusting there and overcorrecting, and there it is. Right there at the flag stand, you can see, or just before. Do we got another vantage point of that? Let's go high above if we can. Do we got the drone on that one? Get a thumbs up. So let's go back here. I'm catching it a little late, guys. Come on, let's get it. There we go. You can watch them correct a little bit. No contact there. No contact with the 33. The 5 correcting to the inside. Catching up, I believe that was the 2 of Carter Casey. 2 is inside trouble. Carnage, Chaos, back under caution. Right here from Lucas Oil Raceway. Out front, show it the way. 72, Grayson Jade Photography. Machine of Jerry Cochran the third, Jerry Cochran Sr., Jerry Cochran as we like to call him. He's kind of fast. John McMillan Jr. behind him. Bailey Dutton right behind him. So your front row starting to get back to the front row. Justin Gannon, Jarrett Lipsure round out your top 5. The short track under the lights has proven to be a problem tonight. Coming down to the final few weeks in the regular season, drivers needing to have good runs to secure their position inside of the top 16. Drivers needing good runs to try to move their way into the top 16 to eyeball a chance to run for the championship. Handful of drivers that needed those solid nights with issues, with problems. Guys dropping out of the field. 4 drivers officially listed down and out here tonight. Jerry Cochran Jr., Todd McGregor, Shane Bliss, Mike Rominger, all off track back in the hauler. Larry Poling, long fix on pit road for the 26 machine. He's going to try to see if he can't come out at some point in time and gain a position or 2 if he can. 30 drivers started in the field here tonight. We have still got 25 out on track, but only 20 left on the lead lap as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing once again at Lucas Oil Raceway. And look at all the fans in the stands that are still here. They came to watch a show, and that is exactly what they're getting here tonight as we cross that 100 lap threshold. Cochran sent sail into 3. Can you check on the we're trying to see if we can get our guys to check back on the whoa, and just as we come to the 98, gonna have a problem through turn number 2. Big spin and almost everybody almost avoided that one, but trouble right at the end. The 96 gonna catch a piece of the action. The 14 of Lee Campbell gonna be involved. We were looking over at the stats guy, trying to talk to him, trying to double check what we're seeing here in our timing and scoring, and that is your race leader out front. This man right here behind the wheel of the 72, Grayson Jade Photography, Chevy Silverado, Jerry Cochran has yet to come to pit road. The Woolwine, Virginia native has not come for fuel or tires. And that it's a curious thing here. And I know what a handful of you may say, well, Dave, they're working caution number 13. He's been able to save a ton of fuel. And okay, I hear you. He's been able to save a bin of fuel. right? But to stay out this long, he's now going to have less than 50 laps on his tires to the end of tonight's race. He's going to have much better tires than the rest of the field. The only thing that he can hope for is that he gets off cycle, right? Possibly comes to pit road next time we have a caution. And some of the drivers behind him want to stay out for that track position, thinking we're going to get a handful of more cautions here tonight from Lucas Oil Raceway. But that's going to allow Cochran to pick him off pretty easy with those much fresher tires. Right now, looking at about 21, 22 lap fresher tires than the guys lining up behind him in second. It's 20 lap tires enough to make up that many positions, though. You pit now, you're going to end up back in the pack somewhere around that 12th, 13th position. Do you have the time to make the tire advantage work to your advantage? And I think holding on to hope behind the wheel of that 72 machine, I think Cochran is hoping that when he comes down to pit road under maybe our next caution, that a handful of guys are going to want to hold serve and come down pit road with them and just keep those positions and just reset the front of the field with the same tire degradation moving forward. It's all going to be about driver and who can get it on the restart. So we'll see what these crew chiefs got planned. We'll see what these drivers have planned as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing once again here tonight. Our good buddy Joshua Norwood going to go to the inside of the track, take that base car back to grab a little bit of fuel. Top side of the racetrack, race leader off of 4, all the gas and green flag flies once again. Here from Lucas Oil Raceway, battle is for the second position. Bailey Dutton looking to the outside of John McMillan Jr. They'll drag race through 1 and 2, back down the backstretch, and Bailey Dutton has the advantage on the high side. McMillan Jr. holding on strong down there on the bottom. Contact, the 15 gets a little bit out of shape after the contact. And McMillan Jr. going to drop through this field. That's going to move Justin Gannon to the third position. He's got a hungry Todd Craig right behind him. How about the 25 of Willie Nelson up through this field? And whoa, we got drivers around at the front. The 30 of Justin Gannon on the brakes. Going to nail that outside wall. Look at the scrapes down the right side of that 30 machine. So 14th caution of the night tonight. Let's go check in. Let's see what happened with this 47 of Daniel Krim. Inside of the racetrack, contact with the 58, and around he goes. A little bit of a late, low, lazy spin, and Daniel Krim will go around. That's going to put us under caution for the 14th time here tonight. Back with race leader Jerry Cochran the third. What's he do? He stays out on track. He stays out on track. So we're going to have less than 25 miles of racing action remaining when we take the green flag on our latest restart here from Lucas Oil Raceway. I want to take a little look and eyeball into the future if we can. Get ourselves our Nostradamus hats on for a moment. Next 3 weeks to finish out the 10-week regular season. We've got Talladega Super Speedway. We can expect high speeds, high stakes. We can expect some big moments, some big moves, some big runs, some big wrecks. Talladega, it's going to be one heck of a run next week, next Monday night, coming to you live once again, 8:05 Eastern, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for Swift Motorsports. After Talladega, we're going to fly to the West Coast. We're going to be California dreaming under the lights at Auto Club Speedway. Auto Club, one of those tracks that you can use as a tool, as a tutorial, so to speak, for a homestead. Both tracks have that progressive banking. The corners a little bit different, we're not gonna lie, but they race somewhat similar. So will Auto Club be the tune-up track for a handful of these championship drivers? And who's going to need the final race in the regular season to secure a spot for that championship 16? We're going to decide it all. The Ninja Turtle 250 from Kansas Speedway. That's going to come at you in 3 weeks. Right around the corner is championship racing, and right around the corner from taking the green flag once again here at Lucas Oil Raceway is Jerry Cochran. Bailey Dutton, dominant car here tonight to the inside. He's going to try to get that Assassin's Motorsports 26 truck back to the race lead, but Cochran able to fire off the line, easily going to keep that top spot. Todd Crane, Justin Gann going at it third. In fourth position, 25 of Willie Nelson. How about the run by Willie Nelson here? And caution. Caution's going to fly. Right as, you know what, we're going to give this guy his credit anyway. Let's get a closer view of this 25 truck. You can see a little bit of damage on that rear deck lid. The spoiler pushed in just a little bit as well, but pretty much dead center. I don't know that that damage is going to be hurting this 25 all that much. Maybe helping him a little bit, actually, when you get down to it, as far as the aerodynamics are concerned. But a great solid night for Nelson. Started well back in the field. Deep in the field, behind the wheel of this 25 America's Gunsmith Shop Chevy Silverado. Willie up 27 positions from where he started tonight's race, inside of the top 5, knocking on the door of a podium finish. Coming into tonight's race, on the outside looking in of that top 16, Nelson needing a good run, and he is doing exactly what he needs to do, running and making his way towards the front of this field. And what we said was interesting about Jerry Cochran Jr. up here in this Grayson Jane Photography 72 machine. Pretty clean. Not a lot of issues, not a lot of trouble here tonight. Not very much contact with anybody at all. This Grayson Jade Photography 72 looks just as good as what it did when they unloaded here at Lucas Oil Raceway. But we're eyeballing something very, very, well, it's just, we haven't seen it. I've never seen it. We're getting close to that about 25 laps to go mark, right? We got ourselves maybe, what is it, 32? And Jerry Cochran Jr. has yet to come to pit road. We're eyeballing a handful through the field that can do this on a one-stopper, right? Bailey Dutton, one stop on the night. Todd Cray, in contrast, 3 stops here tonight. And Todd Cray back into a podium position, running in third, up 5 spots from where he qualified tonight. Justin Gann, only 1 stop on the night. Willie Nelson, 3 stops on the night. 2 stops for McMillan Jr. and Jarrett Lipster back outside of your top 5. A lot of varying strategies when it comes to pit stops, but could he pull off a no stop? Well, I mean, what do they call it? What do they even call that? I know in baseball, you know, they call it the no-hitter. You don't skunk the field, you know what I mean? So what would it be? Little food for thought. Field back under green flag conditions as the boss man in the flag stand gonna wave the green flag on the loud pedal was Jerry Cochran, and he will keep that top spot for the time being. Bailey Dutton right behind him. Todd Crane, Justin Gale going at it now for 3rd and 4th. They've been doing that for a handful of restarts. Side by side right behind him. Willie Nelson going to take over that 5th position. Just to the inside of the 15, that's the 99 Jared Lipster. He's looking for a position inside of your top 5. Lipster a little bit loose off of 2. He'll corral the truck, get it pointed back in the right direction. And we've got contact and problems. Carter Casey, Gary May, gonna make his way through it. Casey, unfortunate, gonna have a secondary spin now. Darren Clement, Carter Casey involved in our 16th caution of the night. So let's go back, take one more look here with the sim box replay. And just on the, it looked like he was just on the bumper there of the 99 of Jared Lipster, and the 2's just gonna go around. Bring it back one more time, guys. Let's look at this again. There, yeah, you can see him all in the corner going around. A little bit of trouble off in 2. Not quite getting to him in 3 there. No contact down front. The 2's just going to lose it here. The real tree number 2. Chevy Silverado, piloted by previous race winner Carter Casey. Going to have some problems. And they're going to be compounded with a secondary spin in contact with the concrete barrier. I mean, he's got to be trying it, right? I mean, you're what, 27 laps away from the checkered flag, barring any green, white, checkered finishes. Can you imagine? And I mean, we've got the ability. I don't want to give it away, though. I don't want to know that he's been able to save this much fuel. You know what I mean? Like, this is an amazing strategy, right? We're going to call it gutsy. You know, there's another word for it, but we're not going to use that terminology, but I'll call it crazy as well. Unconventional. There you go. Unconventional. We can say it, we promise. A little unconventional trying to complete a race without making a pit stop. I just, man. How long can the tires hang on for the restarts, right? As the race leader, sure, you're afforded the opportunity to jump on the gas, as you are the control truck, but you're still eating through some of the rubber. And with the heating and cooling of these tires, we got a handful of laps in that latest run, with heat cycles of 5 to 6 laps here and there. Those tires can't be holding up great. Yeah, they may be holding up good, fine, but if we get any sort of green flag run, I think Jerry Cochran is kind of, he's going to be a sitting duck. We'll see how it goes. We'll take the green flag with 24 laps remaining in the IRP 150, back on the gas, and green flag flies once again in the IRP 150, brought to you by Performance Motorsports Truck Series, Airs Eye Racing Paints, Butt Kicker, Mountain Mafia Kennels, as well as that Work RP 5M. And we're under caution once again here at Lucas Oil. Caution flag gonna fly, and it looks like debris. Debris caution is what we're hearing. Piece of debris down on the bottom of the racetrack. And all this is doing right here, this is just playing right into the hands of this 72. The more cautions we get at the end of tonight's race, it's going to benefit this 72. He's going to be able to, or it seems that way, that he's going to be able to fire off, keep the race lead for 2 to 3 laps at least, right? So if you got yourself a chance to get just a green-white checkered, he might have the opportunity. He might have the chance to walk away with his first race win of the season, but he might be able to do it with a no stop. Again, something I have never seen. I have never witnessed a driver able to make it from flag to flag without stopping, regardless of the caution amounts, the racing content, as we'll call it. I think a handful of drivers just called out on just how slippery and tough it is out here tonight. Handful of drivers, we've seen those self spins out of turn 2, out of turn 4. We've seen a handful of drivers with runs out of the corner, contact with the driver on their outside, spinning them to the inside. So I think just the slippery, slickery nature of this track lends its hand to some very tough racing, some very trying racing moments as well. So I mean, unfortunately tonight, a handful of cautions, but we've also seen these Performance Motorsports Truck Series drivers go almost completely caution free. Only one caution in a handful of races so far this season. So you gotta take the bad with the good, and tonight a handful of drivers just having some bad nights, whether they're missing the braking point or on the throttle a little too soon, or maybe carrying the run a little too far coming out of the corner. A handful of guys having a handful of issues, and it has put us under caution for the 17th time tonight. Less than 20 laps remaining here from Lucas Oil Raceway, and drivers going to go double file. Once again, the boss man of the flag stand going to get ready to drop the green flag. Your control car, your race leader behind the wheel of the Grace and Jade Photography 72 truck, the Chevy Silverado, piloted by Jerry Cochran. The third will bring us back under green. Well, thank you, Steven. Hopefully yours is right and mine is wrong. We've got Steven checking in with us over there on the chat saying that his time in scoring has got Jerry Cochran pitting back on lap number 60 or 65 laps ago, which would be right around lap 81 or so. So possibly about the same amount of tires as the guys behind him, Bailey Dutton. We're seeing 0, but maybe we'll find out in post-race interviews if he can finish it off with a podium finish. Bailey Dutton in second now as Todd Cray, Justin Gann, Willie Nelson all break away from the back. Single file racing at the front with 16 to go. 16 to go, and the fastest lap of the race going to be turned in by Todd Cray. The Rich DPC powered by Nitro 21 Chevy Silverado running in third, going to lay down a 22-21 for the fastest time in race trim. How about Gannon Nelson going at it? The 25 looking for fourth. Bottom of the racetrack, going to carry it up through the corner, get a little loose through the center of the corner. That's going to allow the 30 to keep that spot away, but it's going to bring John McMillan Jr., your pole sitter, back into the mix. Here comes Dalton Fredericks. Close racing at the front. Jared Lipster dealing with the 58 of Harrison Mitchell right behind him. Mitchell led a handful of laps here tonight. Casey Salwich in the 27 machine still having a solid evening, up 16 positions from where he qualified behind the wheel of Coney setup shop number 27. Chevy Silverado at a big moment there in 3 and 4. Big time trouble for Salvage. Clement going to take the spot away. Here comes the 29 of Orlovsky, while the 2 of Carter Casey going to sneak his way into the mix. The real tree number 2 will look to take a position away as the 27 bangs it off the boards on the high side. Closest battles for position on the track right here belongs to Justin Gann running in fourth, Willie Nelson back in fifth, John McMillan Jr. looking to get back inside of the top 5, and Dalton Fredericks wants some as well. Jerry Cochran Jr. Altuve 2/10 of a second race advantage. Bailey Dutton half a second advantage over Todd Cray. Cray gonna step away now. Big gap back to Justin Gann. Willie Nelson gonna go side by side. Wiley Willie on the bottom looking to make it work. Fishing but unable to get the grip on the quarter exit. He's there to battle in challenge through entry and through the center of the corner, just unable to really put the power down and grab that spot away. Close racing through 3 and 4. They almost touch. Big battle behind him as well. McMillan Jr., Dalton Fredericks, Hunter Collier. All 3 of these drivers heating things up, going at it for positions 6th, 7th, and 8th on the racetrack. And Logan Hartman going to have some problems. The 40 of Logan Hartman going to have some issues late here with less than 10 to go. Let's go to the replay. Scraping the outside wall a little bit too much on the wheel, and the 06 going to come in and pick up a little bit of damage at the end of this one, and that's going to send him right to pit road and send us back to the front of the field. Back behind the pace car once again. We're going to have ourselves less than 5 laps remaining. When we drop the green flag once again, don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with all your reaction to the end. You won't miss a thing here in the IRP 150 live from Lucas Oil Raceway. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back high above the track, we'll have 3 laps remaining when we drop the green flag, and a green-white checkered situation. An official race distance. We'll see if these drivers make it all the way back into the restart zone. All the gas quickly this time is Jerry Cochran. He's going to scoot away from the field. We're going to put that time in scoring to the left-hand side of your screen. Not a lot of laps left to find and follow along with your favorite driver here tonight. Todd Crane trying to give it all he's got at the bottom of the racetrack. Looking to take second away from Bailey Dutton. Side by side racing between Nelson and Gann. Back for 4th and 5th. Popsicle sticks now on display. Just 2 to go. With 2 laps to go, trouble for the 20 of Dalton Fredericks, and that's going to bring us back to a crawl. The 14 going to pile in late here just to the outside of the 27 of Casey Sawwich. So late race trouble puts us in green-white checkered conditions. Let's go back. Let's see what happened with Fredericks. Going just into the corner, up the track. And let's back it up a little bit further. There you can see, yeah. Just up the track with issues. And again, there it is, just up the track into the side of the 15. Get a pancake the 15 off of the outside wall. Fredericks going to then be a sitting duck, and the 14 going to come in. The 27 going to pick up a little bit of damage on this one as well. Late race troubles, late race woes for a driver that came into tonight's race sitting on the top of the point standings. Dalton Fredericks, your points leader, now listed all the way back in the 19th position. The boss man in the flag stand has gotten a workout here tonight as we were cautioned. Number 19 from Lucas Oil Raceway, our good friend, made his debut behind the wheel of the pace car here tonight. Joshua Norwood gonna have a busy night as well. He's gonna be ready to pilot the pace car down in his home state, Alabama, when we get set for next week's high stakes 100 from the high banks of Talladega Super Speedway. Keep it locked right here with the Turn 3 Racing Network for all of your Performance Motorsports Truck Series action. If you haven't already, remember, from time to time, you have a little bit of a rough night, but each and every night these guys hit the track, you could expect some great action. So go ahead and continue that push with us. Let's go from 3. Let's go for 4,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love. Drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash the bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every time you stop by, without you, there would be no us, and you again have proven to be the reason we do what we do. We asked for your help to push us over that 3,000 mark. We have done it. We're going to look to the future and look for 4,000. Let's see if we can get it done. And these drivers are going to see if they can get it done here tonight as they go back double file. Pace car lights out. First official green-white checkered attempt here tonight. Swift Motorsports. Only 2 attempts at a green-white checker. We believe we're going to have to get that checked. Can you get that checked for me? Okay, they're gonna go check all that while we check this out. Through the center of 3 and 4, side by side. Once again, we roll to the restart zone. Oh, the loud pedal quick and free. Flag flies once again. Jerry Cochran out to a good jump. The 25 of Willie Nelson looking to the high side on Todd Cray. Nelson looks for third. Contact between the 25 and the 21. More contact down the backstretch. And more contact through 3 and 4. Big trouble. It's a big one. Lipshaw involved. Orlovsky involved. Carter Casey involved as well. Willie Nelson looks like he may have picked up a piece of this action as well. Let's go check out the 25, and there it is. Trouble out of 4 and just drivers all over the rear deck lid. Beating, bumping, banging. Looks like bumper trucks out there. Let's take one more look at it. And there it is. Contact off the corner exit. 25, all sorts out of shape. He's going to pick up a punt or 2, 3, maybe even 4 by the time it's all said and done with. Let's back it up. Let's see if we can get it one more time. There you can see Semper Incident. He's a Salvage going to go around. But a tough break there for Willie Nelson. Had one heck of a run going here tonight, and it's all going to go right out the window. As we go back up front with your race leader, the 72 of Jerry Cochran, grab the top spot. Well, with a little bit of race strategy, he has since yet to look back. Great jumps each and every time we go back. Green flag racing. So Jerry Cochran looking to seal the deal here tonight and walk away with his first checkered flag. Final bit of house cleaning here tonight from Lucas Oil Raceway. Walking away from the track, early exit for a handful of drivers tonight. We started with 30 drivers on the starting grid. We are down to just 23 remaining on track, only 19 left on the lead lap. Who's going to get the job done? Who's going to do it? Who's going to finally capture this flag here tonight from Lucas Oil Raceway? We are about, it's going to be about 10 to 12 laps past that official race distance. Who compensated in the fuel department? Who has got enough? Will we see anybody stumble on the restart? Will anybody's fuel sputter over the course of the final 2 laps? Drivers are going to be all on it. You can be rest assured of that. So here we go. I believe this is going to be our final attempt at a finish here tonight. Whether it ends under caution or ends under checkered flag conditions is yet to be determined, will yet to be seen. Our good buddy Joshua Norwood going to take the pace car back to the bottom of the track and down pit road. Field being led by the Grayson Jade Photography 72 of Jerry Cochran. He elects the high side once again. Familiar lane for him to restart on. How quickly will he jump on the gas? Into the restart zone. On the gas, a little bit of gamesmanship on this latest restart. The 72 not getting as good of a start, but he's going to make that run on the high side work. Here comes Todd Gray. Gray putting that 21 to the high side, and we got trouble behind. Big trouble behind John McMillan Jr. Daniel Krim going to catch a piece of this one. I believe Harrison Mitchell may be involved. So a handful of drivers going to have some problems. And that's going to do it. Bailey Dutton with issues under caution. Bailey Dutton with issues under caution. It's going to be interesting to see if race officials give him that position back. Caution flag will fly into the race here tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. 21st caution of the night. Going to bring the field to the checkered flag under caution. It looks like indeed the 72 of Jerry Cochran will win his first race here tonight. Behind the wheel of that 72 machine, got the job done. You can't fault the race strategy. Todd Cray looks to have picked up second with Hunter Collier finishing out your podium. So a little anticlimactic finish to tonight's race, but the fans in the stands got their money's worth. A lot of action out there on the track, a lot of trouble for a handful of drivers. 72 going to come to the front stretch and give the fans in the stands a smoke show with his post-race celebrations. How much fuel does he got? Can he burn it down? It looks like no, not going to burn it down. Just give the fans a photo opportunity. So with that being said, we're going to step away, get things set up for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back trackside here from Lucas Oil Raceway. And back high above the track as we get set for your post-race interviews, fans begin to file out of the stands here at Lucas Oil Raceway, and we're going to jump right into it. Let's head first straight to Victory Lane to the man behind the wheel of that Grayson Jade Photography 72 Chevy Silverado taking the checkered flag here tonight. Jerry, it's Dave. You got a copy?
I got you, Dave. It's been a while, buddy.
It has absolutely been a while, but breaking through, a little bit of a messy way to break through, but nonetheless, you made your way here. You finally got that race win. You're inside of the top 10 in the point standings. So how you feeling knowing that you got a win in your back pocket now, but you got Dega next week?
Yeah, the win and being in the top 10 is definitely a plus. I feel that maybe all I need to do now is survive. You know, I made it this far. I made it through tonight, right? All I got to do is survive, till I get to the chase.
Well, I mean, you said it. You survived tonight, and tonight was kind of a survival of the fittest, if you will. Natural selection, maybe. I don't know how you want to coin it. A lot of drivers just seem to have some trouble with the handling out of the trucks. What was the biggest or the worst aspect of driving this machine out on the track here tonight?
I think the biggest thing was, you know, you had to be very easy center off at the throttle, and it made passing super hard. You know, I found a bottom line kind of early, and it worked pretty good. I could roll the bottom pretty good, but I don't know how long that would have lasted. I feel like it probably would have messed my right front up there if I kept doing that. But it was quick. But yeah, that's like I was talking to Bailey. You know, Bailey he was class of the field all night. I was a top 4, top 5 truck. I feel like I got in the pits. I was sitting there watching at the beginning. I was like, man, if I can get in there and get pitted before they do, and kind of like, you know, it's almost like being under green and pitting, you know, before they do under green and leaping them. I felt like if I could do that, get on pit ready before them, get tires, get fuel, and recycle in front of them, which is what happened, you know, then I could maybe hold on to a top 3. I really didn't feel like I could keep Bailey off of me, but it worked out good. The cautions helped big time. I hated it, but at the same time, it was probably my life-saving grace right there the last 20, 30 laps.
Well, we're going to mention the fact that you came to pit road because we had a little bit of discrepancy, so you're going to set the record straight. My timing and scoring, we never seen you come down pit road. So we had you listed as no pit stop on the night, and I was over here like fanboying like crazy because I'm like, man, there's no way this guy can make it, but never pitting. And if he does, I mean, I've never seen anything like it. So fortunately enough, you know, you did make a pit stop.
Yeah, it was, it was around. I want to say it was around like laps 60 or something. I think. Because I think I had like 20 some laps to go on the tank, and I was scared to keep pushing. I know we was having the yellows, but then again, it rolled back to Gain and Bailey they didn't dip down when we came by. So shoot, I got like 24 laps left on the tank. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can jump these guys and recycle and get ahead of them.
Well, recycle and get ahead, that's exactly what you did. Got yourself to victory lane for the first time in the Truck Series. You're going to be our 7th different winner. That's just how tough it's been to get to victory lane this season. 7 different winners, 7 races, man. You got to be proud that your name's on that list now. So before we let you celebrate and shoot the champagne all over the place, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous? Maybe thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yes, sir. Of course. Grayson J Photography, my wife. You know, she's the one that puts the bill for all this. She's the one that supports me, my family. You know, taking the time out, the time to put in the test and run a few nights a week. You know, it takes a lot to do that. And you know, this league here, Gann, Andy, Don, all the guys that's put this back together and got this place going. Man, it's always been a great league. It was my first league I ever joined. I love it here. I love the people here. And like you said, 7 winners, 7 races, man, it says a lot for the league. You know, we got a little bit of cleanup to do, but the league has tons of potential, and I'm proud to be a member of it. And thank you, Dave, for everything you do. You take your time out and do this. I appreciate it. I enjoy watching.
Well, man, we enjoy the action you guys give us week in, week out. Hey, as you said, a little bit of a messy one here tonight, but I mean, it's a 6/10 bull ring some trouble can be expected. And it is
Yep.
what it is. We'll roll on to the next one. I'm sure you guys are going to surprise us at Talladega. Have a one hell of a race there, I'm sure. There's always a hell of a race at these restrictor play tracks. Again, this series, this league, absolutely one of the best that I've had the privilege to broadcast. Always a pleasure catching up with you when we have the chance in these podium interviews. So until next time, my friend, stay safe, and as always, keep it fast.
Yes, sir, Dave. Thank you. Have a good night, brother.
All right, there you have it. Final words from the man that walks away in victory lane here tonight behind the wheel of that Grayson Jade photography. Number 72 machine, Jerry Cochran, will take his first checkered flag of the season. A little bit of a discrepancy over the finishing order, so we're going to let race officials get all of that worked out. We'll have the point standings coming at you next weekend, and we will join some of our podium finishers next week at Talladega Super Speedway as we get set for the final few weeks here with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. Producers hitting those buttons in the background, so let's run down these unofficial, and we do underline unofficial this week, race results. We know the race winner is cut clear and dry. Jerry Cochran will take the checkered flag in the IRP 150. Todd Cray in second. Hunter Collier will finish out your top three. Justin Gann back and forth. Jarrett Lipsterer finishes out the top five, sliding home. In sixth here tonight behind the wheel of 32 is Darren Clement. John McMillan Sr. back in seventh with Gary May listed in eighth. The 14 of Lee Campbell going to come home in ninth. 10th place here tonight belongs to Carter Casey, the 20. All-Star 15 TV. Number 20 machine of Dalton Fredericks will come home 11th. Willie Nelson going to recover to a 12th place finish. Nate Orlowski back in 13th. Casey Sawwich going to park the 27 machine home in 14th. Harrison Mitchell, John McMillan Jr. finish out here top 16. Daniel Krim and Ben Miller 17th and 18th tonight. 19th from Lucas Oil Raceway belongs to the 26th of Bailey Dutton. We'll see if that holds to be true or if things are switched around a little bit through the running order, but nonetheless, onward we go. Cody Lipsterer back in 20th. Brian Hitz 21st. 22nd to Logan Hartman. Stephen Ayers Jr. back in 23rd. 24th here tonight, the 33 of Gary Wells, followed by Brenton Hunt, Larry Poley, Mike Rominger in 27th. 28th tonight to Shane Bliss with Todd McGregor and Jerry Cochran Jr. finishing out the 30 truck field here for tonight's IRP 150 from Lucas Oil Raceway. What a race, what a night. With that being said, as we get set to roll up the cords and cut off the lights and head to Talladega, don't forget to join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Show these drivers the love, drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. From myself, Dave of the Cave, and everybody else back at the headquarters. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet ya in Turn 3.